everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing and reacting to my 2022 reading stats. I know it's quite late, it's currently the 1st of February I'm filming this. I just had some stuff on my laptop that I needed to delete before I could screen record. So hopefully there's space for it. Hopefully this is going to work out. But yeah, hope you enjoy this video and cut to the screen record. Okay, so let's start off with my StoryGraph statistics. So yep, I did beat my goal. I set my reading goal at 40 books. I read 110, so that was a 275% over the meeting it, which was really great. Obviously I know I could have set it higher, but I didn't think I was going to read 10 books this year, and then it just kept going up, so I didn't really want to change it. But yeah, this year I've set it at 60, but if I'm like already nearing that at the middle of the year, then I might up it to 100, but I'll just see. Yeah, so here are my moods read. It says I read 110 books and 24,151 pages. I don't like the odd number, like I wish it was one more page, but anyway. So my highest number of books I read, the type of mood, was emotional at 41, yep. Then reflective 39, so just a bit far off. Then light-hearted 27, it's quite good. Then dark 24. Funny 19. Mysterious 17, sad 11, adventurous also 11, tense 10, and hopeful 10 as well, inspiring 5, challenging 4, informative 3, and relaxing 1. What is that one relaxing book I read? Relaxing? Okay, I don't know, like, would I say that was relaxing? Not necessarily, but okay. So yeah, I think that is quite accurate. I think even now, like my one at the moment is probably quite a lot of it is reflective and emotional, because I like books that make me think, I guess, and like make me experience different emotions. So yeah, I think that is quite correct. Pacing, nearly 50% was medium pace. I think that's probably right. Yeah, I do usually tend to read more medium paced books, and then it's fast and then slow, which yeah, it probably goes in that like way. I probably like medium the most, then fast and slow. So yeah, I agree with that. Page number, yes, this is definitely something I do want to change this year. I want to start reading a few more longer books, but so 72%, which is 79 books, were under 300 pages. 29, which is 26%, was between 300 and 500 pages, and only 2 books, which is 2%, was 500 plus pages. So yeah, hopefully I do want to get, hopefully this will be the biggest section this year, but we shall see. 88% was fiction and 12% non-fiction. That's 96 and 13 books difference. Yeah, this, yeah, I think that's probably correct. Well, I mean, of course it's correct, but I mean, like, that goes along with what I was thinking. I do read more fiction because I like to escape with the books I read, so yeah. Now it comes to genres, and lo and behold, I knew this was going to be the biggest, is contemporary and LGBTQIA plus, both at 31 books. So they are my two main genres I read, a lot of queer lit and contemporaries. And then it's literary, which yeah, I do like the literary book. I like ones that make you like think, like I said. Then I've got children's and YA. I think it's because quite a bit of skewing would be because of Goosebumps books I read this year, and that's also why horror is quite high up, when it's just because I read, like, they're short and I read like 10 of them. So like without that, then this would obviously be quite a lot lower. But yeah, then the next biggest was classics, 17. I'm quite proud of that. Romance 15. It said horror, fantasy, mystery, historical, short story, graphic novel, thriller, memoir, middle grade, speculative fiction, dystopia, poetry, biography, feminism, self-help, psychology, philosophy, manga, history, comics, and then all with just one was sports, sci-fi, politics, a play, health, what was that? Okay, yeah. Essays and crime. So yeah, I don't really read like sci-fi, crime, sports. I did not read so many sports at all. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with my top 3: LGBT, contempt, and literary. Definitely my favorite genres to read from. So yeah. I don't really know if this is correct. I don't think it is. It might be, but I don't think that is correct because I just put whatever. But this year, especially with my CAWPILE stats, I'm definitely making sure to list if it is an ebook, digital, audio, physical, or mixed media. But yeah. Then my most read authors. Yeah, definitely skewed by R.L. Stein's Goosebumps of 10. But obviously that is just because I tried to read them all in a vlog. And then Alice Oseman at 7, yes, love my girl. Sally Rooney and Roald Dahl at 3. And then these are all the authors I read 2 books of: Han Kang, Andy Stanton, Alice Sebold, Adam Silvera, Margaret Atwood, and Philippe Besson. Technically I only read one of his books, but I read it twice, so that's why it's on there. This is definitely not right. Right, I read 100% of the books I read was in English, but for some reason it thinks this quiz read this like pamphlet thing was in French, but it wasn't, not in French, and it thinks that Mr. Gum was in Serbian. It was not, because I do not know Serbian, but okay. And then this is my reading throughout the year. So obviously I didn't read anything in January, February, or March. I think I started some books in March, but I didn't actually like log anything until I started properly reading in April. Yeah, so I finished 2 books in April, then 14 in May, which was really unexpected for me because I was like, okay, I just got into reading what is this? Then 9 in June, and it went down to 5 in July, 7 August, 11 in September, and then 25 in October, 10 Goosebumps, so that's why they were short when it went quite high. 16 in November. The diversity I read in November was like wow. And then December was my second highest month at 21, but as you can see, whilst this is quite the pages read is usually higher than all of the books read, for December it wasn't, because the majority of the books I read was quite short, so that's why it is, although it's the second highest books, it's I think like the 5th highest pages. But yeah, so I definitely have like 2 peaks in May and October, November time, and then I guess like the summer was lower because I was going out more, I guess, so wasn't reading as much when I was out. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Like if I compare this to last year, it would be just like flat 0, and like all of the years before that until like, you know, when I was in school, I guess. So yeah. And then my star ratings, my average star rating is a 3.96, which is good. I think it's quite good. Yeah, I think, and anything above like a 3.75 is a book that I enjoyed for the most part. Even like a 3.5, most of my 3.5s are books I probably did like more of than I didn't like. That's why it's above a 3. So yeah, I think that is quite a good average rating. As you can see, the highest number of books I rated was 5 stars, 27, and then plain 4 stars at 15, and then 3 stars at 9, and then like equally so is the 4.2, 4.5, 4.75, and 3.75, and then it like teeters out with the lower ratings because yeah. So I only have 2 1.75s and 27.5s. So that's quite a big difference. And as you can see, the majority of it falls after the 3.5 mark. So most of the books I read were ones I did primarily enjoy, which is really great. So yeah, so that is the end of my StoryGraph statistics, and now let's go on to my Goodreads year in books. So this says I read 23,428 pages. I like that number because it's more like even, but I kind of wish it was like, doesn't matter. It says I read 110 books, which is correct. Yep. The shortest book I read was 10 pages. That was The Haircut by Alice Oseman, a little mini comic, Heartstopper mini comic. And then the longest book I read was The First to Die at the End by Adam Silvera at 560 pages. My average length was 212 pages. Yeah, hopefully this year it's going to be a bit longer, because hopefully it's into like the late 200s or early 300 page average I would like. The most shelved was 1984. Oh wow, I thought it would have been like Pride and Prejudice or Handmaid's Tale or something. I don't know. But yeah, at 6,738,833 people also shelved 1984. I didn't really like it. I gave it 3 stars. It was just, yeah. And then 0 people also shelved Love on New Year's Eve by Buffy O'Clair. That is because it literally just came out like at the end of December. So I get that. So yeah, this is my average rating was a 4 and it was 3.96 on StoryGraph. So yeah, that's perfectly like the same. The highest rated by other people on Goodreads was We Are Everywhere. This is like a non-fiction about the queer liberation movement by Matthew Reimer and Leighton Brown. This has an average of 4.72 stars, so that's really good average. Yeah, this book is really good. I would totally recommend it. It's really nice like pictures as well, so yeah. My first review of the year was Less by Andrew Sean Greer. I gave this 4.25 stars actually. And I just said about like how I hadn't read for like many years, wanted to for my mental health and general well-being, and this was a really great start. And yeah, it was definitely a good book to get me into reading because it was quite easy to read and enjoyable. So yeah, and then this shows like a little thing about all the books I read in the order I read them. I'm just gonna scroll past, and if any that stick out that I want to talk about, then yep. Heartstopper, absolutely amazing. Normal People, such a great book. Beautiful World Where Are You really makes you think. This book could save your life, Ben West, such a great mental health book. I love this colour, the story is Handmaid's Tale, masterclass in like dystopian and like scary writing. Crap didn't really care. Beautiful nature writing in Where the Crawdads Sing, really beautiful. Absolute pure garbage, I despised it. Oh my god, the similarities were I love the Midnight Library. Man Called Uva made me sad. Exciting Times, definitely the biggest disappointment of the year. Hearts of a Volume 4, amazing. My Name is Sei Shonagon, such great writing. Swimming in the Dark, really good. I love that book. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, that was such a surprise. I did not expect it to be as funny as it is. Absolute crap. This is so sweet. Lie With Me, oh my god, the best book ever. I love that book. Disappointing, really like that. Colour Purple, so great. I love all my goosey bumps. Open Water, the lyricalness and poetry writing in this book is just divine. Becoming Ted, absolutely adored it. Manchu Witches, this was actually my first and my only DNF of the year, but I said I read it because I just did, but like I didn't actually read it. Babel, so worth the hype. I absolutely love that book. Same with Christmas Carol. Don't Call Me Snowflake, such a great mental health book. And yeah, it says show some more books. What are they going to show? Oh, okay, just a few more at the end. Yeah, Boy the Mole, the Horse, and the Fox and the Horse, really great. And yeah, Technically, it says my last review of the year was For a Guy for Christmas, which I gave 2 stars. This wasn't actually my last review of the year. My last review was actually Bestiary by Danica Kelly, a poetry collection. But for some reason, it just, I think because I finished them all on the same day, for some reason it put that one as the last, but it actually wasn't. So okay, store Goodreads. I didn't like that book, and yeah, and it just says about how I achieved my goal, my challenge. Yep. Now we're gonna go on to BookSirens, which is like a service where you can request like pre-publication books, and also authors can like ask you if you want to review their book for you, like them. It's basically like NetGalley but a different version, sort of. And this one I just thought I would show because they have some like infographics as well. Some of them have gone into the like January time, so yeah. For some reason it says I rated 109 books and 106 written reviews, but that's not actually correct. I don't know, I've rated more than them, but whatever. Yeah, so average rating 4. It says I've helped 60 readers with my reviews, which I'm glad about. I'm in the top 50% in readers helped and top 50% in books from large presses, which is something I would like to change. I want to try more like indie publishers and like smaller publishers, so yeah. So this is just basically saying, I don't actually know what it is. Oh, this is about my number of reviews through the year. So yeah, obviously it got quite high and then went down. It says my main genres on here is fiction, then non-fiction, then fantasy, which I don't really understand because I don't really read fantasy much, but I'm guessing maybe Goosebumps could count as fantasy, I don't know. And it's also the same as romance and literary fiction, yep. And then the least is like suspense, thriller and mystery, which is, yeah, definitely true. Yeah, so as first I read a diverse range, primarily fiction, non-fiction and fantasy. Rates non-fiction books the highest, okay, on average of 4%, 4 stars, I mean. Secondary genres within fiction, I specifically read speculative fiction, romance, literary fiction, classics and realistic fiction. I wouldn't say that really, I don't know, I would say probably like contemporaries, but maybe that's a different type of something, maybe it doesn't track that, I don't know. But literary definitely, classics and romance I guess, sort of, yeah. It says most of the books I read was young adult, then adults, then children, middle grade and new adult. I didn't know it would be that much different. I think I actually read more adult, but yeah, I don't know, just something fun to look at, I guess. Time period, oh yeah, 43 was contemporaries, then historical, Victorian, futuristic and Regency. Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand, like, wouldn't Victorian and Regency just count as historical, but yeah, I don't know. James reviews include other notable characteristics such as following topics: LGBT, friendship and family, yep, and character types: feminist, animals, and alpha females. Yeah, I do like alpha female, I like a strong female character lead, like animals, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know. And then this is sort of like a tree where it like shows you my like genres, I guess. I don't really understand it fully, but like, yeah, it's just like a thing. But it kind of oh, I don't know, it kind of confuses me, so I don't really like to look at that. But anyway, so it says I tend to be a lenient reviewer compared to other readers. And then it says, according to James, My Name is Say Shonagon by Jan Blensdorf is highly underrated, 100%. Oh my god, yes, it is so underrated. That book is really, really good. So, yeah. And then this is a book I read this year, actually, so that shouldn't really be there. But I do actually think it is overrated. And Myself Behind a Mirror, which is one of my sister's first poetry collection, is a hidden gem. Yeah, I would recommend it. My most popular review is Lie With Me by Philippe Besson, which I am very happy about. Yep. It says my review ratings have a lower average and larger spread compared with other book reviewers on BookSirens. Don't really know what that means, but okay. Yeah, so it's also the most is from a small press, then top 5 press, large publishers, unknown, and small publishers. Yep. And then most has posted 9 reviews within 1 week of a book's release date, which means I'm quite reliable when it creating buzz around a book, which I'm happy about. Yes, thank you very much. So yeah, so most of them is between a year after the book was published and then before it's actually been published. Then 6 to 12 months, less than a week, 1 to 6 months after, and 1 to 4 weeks. So yeah, I feel like I do try and if I've been given a pre-publication copy, I usually try to read it before it actually comes out and then post my review when it comes out, or like try to around the time, just because obviously I want to, you know, support the book when it comes out and like to great buzz, like it says. So yep. My most read decades is down here. 2017 was like, I think the wait no 2023, 2022 I mean, and then 2020 and 2017 are like the highest ones I read. Yeah, so I tend to read books published in 2010s and 2020s. Well, yeah, definitely. And then like some just like 1800s, and then like 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s. But like obviously it's like a heat map, so the darker the color is, it's more in that year. It says here I've read exactly equally from male and female authors, which is good, I guess. Yeah, that's good. Yep. It says I've reviewed books from 46 to 500 pages. The length doesn't impact my rating. I would say so, yeah. So like, as you can see, like I have like 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it's sort of like spread out. So yeah, I don't really feel like the pages really matter. I do usually tend to read smaller books just because I like them, but that doesn't mean they're all going to be great books, and the same difference with a long book. So yeah. So yeah, that's the end of BookSirens. And then I thought I'd just show you just some of the graphs that is created from my CAWPILE ratings. I don't have that many because quite a lot of things I'm not actually tracking. I didn't track last year, but I'm tracking this year. So this is just basically the books I read and how like a line of best fit, like how it does actually go up. So that's good. Yeah, nothing really to it. And then I didn't, even though I had one DNF, I didn't actually track it. And I read some audibly, but like I feel like most of the ones I read, it was audibly and digitally, or like I just didn't really track it. I just said it was like a normal like book. But this year I'm definitely doing that more, so that's why I have no data for like quite a few things. And then the biggest genres, can I expand this thing or not? Can I not do that in here? Okay. So yeah, I mean, it should be fine. So yeah, biggest genre was contemporary, then horror, goosebumps, and then equally next was historical fiction, romance, and non-fiction. Then mystery, classic, adventure, like short stories, fantasy, memoir, and yeah, smallest was like crime and like poetry and paranormal, magical realism. Yep. Book length, I don't really like how it's designed. This year is nicer looking, but the most was between 100 and 150 pages, then equally 230 to 300, under 100, and under 50, which I did not like to happen, but okay. I don't realize that. Oh wait, and 350 to 400, I guess, is quite, yeah. The least was 550 to 600, and like the longer ones. So yep. It says I read across 17 genres. I read 9 translated books. 3 was in French, 3 Japanese, 2 Korean, and 1 Portuguese, the original language. I read 60% novels, then about 20% novellas, 9% short stories, 8% short stories, and about 6% graphic novels, and then the smallest was like pamphlet, manga, play, you know, that sort of stuff. Star rating, it says here my biggest percentage was 4-star ratings, and then it's actually 3, then 5, then 2, then 1. But if you look at the half stars, equally is 4 and 4.5 at about 20% each. And then it actually goes to 5 stars, then 3 stars, then 3.5, and then the other half stars. But I do adhere to the quarter star when I actually do review books, so that's why I do like StoryGraph's way, but on here it tells you like a half star. Age category was on here, I thought mostly adult books, then YA, children's, middle grade, and anyone. I say that anyone for like a book that I feel like can just be for anyone. Makes sense. Publishing year I don't really care about because like it's like there's so many. So but I feel like something that stands out is definitely 2022 and 2017. I read quite a few 2017 books this year, last year, which is kind of weird. Then the like queer rep, 58% was absent, which I do want to change. I want to read definitely more books with queer rep, even though I do read quite a lot, I guess. And then 23% main character and 18% present. Breakdown is 55% just like gay rep, and then also 16% was gay and bisexual, gay, bisexual, trans, and then bisexual and gay and trans like rep. I just sort of like mix them together when there's multiple in them, so yeah. And there's about like written by, here it says 56 women and 50 men and 4 multiple authors, so yeah, so a little bit more percentage female writers, which is good. Then this is about like the people that done them, so this is obviously like, it says I read from 83 different authors, which is quite good. Nationality, just ahead was USA at 42, 38%, and then UK 41 at 37%, and then notable others are Irish, Canadian, French, and Japanese. But definitely this year I do want to sort of like reduce the amount that are UK and US authors to, you know, showcase more from around the world. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It was fun to make, and I will definitely be making one for this year's reading stats, hopefully earlier next year. It was just fun to just go over them and see what sort of things I hope to alter this year, so it's more representative of what I want my reading to be. And yeah, this was really fun. I love watching these videos, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a nice day, night, morning, wherever you are in the world, and I shall see you very soon. Bye bye.